guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well today. Today I want to film a look where I have quite like clean bare eyes and like a really dark lip. I've kind of done looks like this before-ish, but never fully kind of just completely blank eyes and quite a strong lip. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun look to play with. I want to try and lighten my eyebrows a bit so that they're not like fully like block them out, but just have them like not as noticeable. So yeah, I have a vision and I'm gonna see if I can create it. I would love it if you can like and subscribe. It'd mean an awful lot to me. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so having a bit of a breakout. I am on at the moment, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely need to cover this up. Okay, to start, I'm going to go in with my REFY. This is just the face primer and I just need some extra hydration. I did see someone online say to kind of, because I really don't like this, to unscrew this, then take it out. So that is what I'm gonna do. The thing is that it's quite runny, but I really just don't like the roller thing. So I'm kind of using the roller as like a lid. I mean, it is very faffy to have to like take the lid off, take the roller take the roller off and the lid. I feel like I just really don't like that roller. I don't know how much product I'm putting on. I would much prefer it if it had like a squeezy like point. Does that make sense? Like a pointed, just squeezy tube. And you could just kind of like do it on the face. But it's a lovely primer. And yeah, and I like feeling it. I know some people just don't want to get their hands messy, but with like hydrating primers, I like to like feel it. Next, I'm going to go in with my E.L.F. putty primer. This is the CC Bright one. And again, I just want my skin to have a bit of extra hydration today, just because it's not the best. And I like this because it's got this kind of like yellow tint. I feel like it really does brighten and just add some like plumpness back into my skin. Yeah, I feel like that's just like lifted my face and just made it a bit more like giving it something. Lastly, for some glow, I'm going to go with my Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow Protector. This is meant to be a primer, concealer, highlighter, BB cream, all in one. And this is in Fair Light. I like to use this underneath like my foundation or skin tint, just to add like a bit of like nice glow. Normally I hate these things, but because it's big and it's like firm and I feel like it's like even all the way around, I really don't mind it. So I'm putting this kind of like all over, and then I'm going to go in with a brush and just kind of buff this out. I don't want my skin to be like fully matte, but I want my skin to be kind of like full coverage. And I'm actually using mostly affordable makeup today. There's a few higher price things, but most things are affordable, which is fun. I like doing looks where not everything is just crazy. I feel like my skin looks really nice and radiant and like plump. I feel like as I get older, my one thing that I look for in skincare and like primers is really making my skin look full. I feel like that's kind of like when you lose your like fullness and your plumpness, I feel like that's how you can really see people's ages. And I know I'm not like old, I'm 30, but I'm definitely not 20 anymore. Like I don't get any face filler at all, I get lip filler. And I would be open to getting a bit of other face filler if I feel like I would start to see my like fullness like go, but it's not anything I feel like I need like now. Okay, now for foundation slash skin tint. I've got my Maybelline. I've chose this because I want it to be full coverage but not like super like blank, and this obviously it's a skin tint but it's got the coverage of a foundation. What I'm going to do first, just going to spot conceal. This is with my NARS. This isn't like technically affordable, but this pot has lasted me like forever, and I know it's a cream so it might be expired, but it works fine. But this pot will last you years, so technically it's affordable kind of because how long it lasts. And I'm just kind of running that all over my kind of dark spots, and I'm just going to let that sit for just like a minute before I put on my foundation. And I just took kind of like a fluffy brush. I'm sure you could use something a bit more like this, so a bit more like flat, but I just prefer putting it on with like a fluffier brush. I feel like the brush does half the work for me. I'm not having to go back in and like tap it out or anything like that. Okay, Maybelline. This is in 05.5. It is a little yellow. Like it just looks yellow. I reviewed this foundation along with my L'Oreal one. Video's done really well actually, so I will link this like up here for you guys to watch. But today I just want like easy coverage, and it's just such, it is, even though in my review I posted that I prefer my L'Oreal one, I still do love this one. And like the coverage that it gives and how lightweight it feels is like such like a plus. And I mean, when it's blended out it doesn't look too yellow. I just think in person something's off, and I think that is because of the undertone. I'm going to go in now with my NYX concealer. This is the Bear With Me, my favourite concealer. What I do have to do is go in with like a lighter concealer. So this is the, I picked this one because I thought these should work well together. This is the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear Concealer. But yeah, if I do want some brightness, then I have to kind of go in with a separate concealer. Just a little bit of like brightness. You can already see like how like light that is. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's a really nice, like fresh, full coverage base. And apart from the NARS, everything was really affordable. REFY is actually affordable. I was looking at prices the other day because I wanted to get a new blush. I've got Malaya and I wanted to get the, do you know, the orangey one for summer. And I mean, it's not like £4, but it's definitely not like breaking the bank. For contour, I'm going to go with my Pink Honey Contour Cake. I like this because it's so cool tone. I think the tone of this is just so lovely. And it adds like dimension, but without adding too much warmth into my skin, which I really like. And this is my favourite cream bronzer brush, and this is the A24 from the Makeup by Ariel. I used a different brush the other day and I like noticed the difference like so much, and I was like, why is this not applying easy? And then I looked and it was on a different brush, and I was like, sometimes you just gotta stay with what you know. And I've been bringing my bronzer a bit like further down onto my apples, and I've been really liking how it looks. I think because I don't wear a lot of blush, I only really wear a tiny bit, I quite like that I've got something like here, and this will last you forever. I've had this so long and I've literally not made a dent. Okay, we are going to go in with a little bit of blush. I know I said I just don't really like wearing blush, but I've got the REFY blush in Malaya. This is really messy. I'm like a bit of like a clean freak / OCD, and having messy makeup is like I just can't. And the fact, I think it's because the actual pan isn't that big, so when you like are tapping in, it goes on the sides. But I did my declutter recently and I opened this and I was like, triggered. This is a really nice colour. It's just like a soft flush. I'm sure you could go like heavier in with this, but I just like to use it for like a little bit of like something. And always on the nose. Yeah, and if you feel like you've kind of got a bit crazy, just go back in over with your sponge and just reblend. Powder, I've got my E.L.F. Halo Glow. I feel like I don't see anybody talking about this. This is one of my favourite drugstore like loose powders. I think it's very similar to the HMB. I do love the HMB, and like I do have both, but if you like that, you will like this. And it's just really affordable. It's really finely milled, and I just think it's a really pretty like diffused kind of matte. I wouldn't say it's my most matte powder, but it's definitely blurring, and I just think it's, yeah, really pretty. And this is, I think it is in just the light colour. I've noticed when I've been looking back at some of my videos, I don't always say the shade colour, so I'm really trying to do that. But if you do have any questions on any previous videos on what colour or shade I was using, just leave me a comment. I literally always try and reply as soon as I can, because I like to use people's shade references, so it's always intriguing to me like what colours people use. But yeah, this is in light, and I just, yeah, think it's such a nice powder, and it's really like you can't feel it on your skin. It's super lightweight. Lastly, for the base, I'm going to go in with my Rimmel Natural Bronzer in 001 Sunlight, and this has a slight, I don't know if you can see it on camera, a slight redness to it. It's ever so slight. I guess it's more peach actually, so I like this when I'm not using powder blush, because I feel like it's bronzy, but it gives me like a bit of like a flush too. Yeah, pretty. My base looks really nice. I think it looks super smooth. Obviously I've got a friend, but it's one of those ones that's under the skin and it's just like a ball. Yeah, I think my skin looks really nice, fresh, matte, youthful. That's what we want to look all the time. Right, for brows, I want to try and lighten them. I've got my 9 Pan Beauty Bay palette, so it's all mattes, and I want to kind of go in with these two and just kind of like work it in. Don't know if this is gonna work, because I don't want to block them out. I just want to lighten them so they're just not as obvious. Is that working? I'm basically really just using this white one. I just didn't know if it'd be too white. I want to make them almost look like blondie. They look lighter than that one. I love it when girls play around with their eyebrows. I think like it's such technically like anti pretty, if that makes sense. Like what's her name that was on Love Island, Ellie. If you don't follow her on TikTok, you should. She like came out and spoke about like her experience on Love Island and like how they kind of portrayed her like so differently when she was in such a bad place. And I mean, we all know that kind of stuff happens, but like hearing actually what went on, like it's wild. And I think she's just really cool on TikTok. She was on the season with like Tom and like Ron, Lana, Casey, like that one. And she recently, like, she's stunning, and she recently bleached her brows, and it's just such a look, but it's a look for the girls, if that makes sense. Girls and the gays. Like, it's not a look, like, men will look at it and be like, why do you not have eyebrows? And I just kind of love that. So that's why I love, like, if eyebrows could just be like, go off and on, I would have like, sometimes thin eyebrows. I think they look so cool. But to pluck my eyebrows and then not get them back when I literally hardly do anything to them would be sad. I feel like that's not done kind of what I want, so I'm gonna go in with some of my concealer. It kind of has, and I've got a spoolie, and I'm just gonna maybe put some concealer through them just to make them. I said this last time I was seeing my dad after I was doing a video when I did my pink look, like I wonder if he would notice, because I did my makeup so differently to how I normally do them. Did he notice? Absolutely not. So I feel like even though today I will go to him with like blonde eyebrows, he just won't even realise. I feel like he is typically unobservant with that kind of stuff. Okay, I like that. I feel like they look like just like blonde eyebrows. I am just gonna go with some of my Fluff Up brow wax. This is the only clear one that I have. Just to kind of hold them in place. Yeah, I realise all my favourite ones are tinted. I don't mind this from Benefit, but it doesn't hold my brows. Yeah, I feel like that they're definitely lighter and not like, they're like pushed back, which was the vibe. Next, what are we gonna do? Let's do eyes. So I've got Vanilla Eye Wand to create like the blankness. And I'm going all the way up. If you haven't already got an eye wand, you need one. They do different colours as well. So I use vanilla, but I think Jamie, who is like, I think she wears, I don't know if she wears tan or she is just more of a tanned person, but she always looks kind of like golden. She wears sand, and that looks like her skin colour. So if you are a bit warmer than me, I'd recommend, yeah, sand. We should just have loads of like tones. And then we're gonna go in with this white and this kind of, let's go in with the white first, because I do just really want like a blank base. Blank base, yeah. I said that wrong then. I think I'm literally gonna leave them like white, because I really just want plain eyes, and then like the lip. For mascara, I'm going in with this mini Bobbi Brown Smoky mascara. One of my favourite mascaras. It's a little bit dried out. I feel like it gives like really nice like fullness like at your root, and makes your eyes look like you just got a great set of lashes. I wouldn't say it's the most lengthening, but again, for this look, I don't want my lashes to be like super long. Can you see how like full at the root it makes it? Okay, so yeah, blank eyes, and then we're gonna do the lip. Okay, so I have picked out my VIEVE liner in Bark. That is blunt. I need to go sharpen this. And it's like a very true dark brown. And I'm kind of filling my lips in, but not like fully. And then I'm going to take my Posh Spice from Jeffree Star, which is like a matte liquid lip, which again is like a true neutral brown with like a little bit of like a grey tone, which I love because I love like that 90s like darkness, greyness. And then I just went back over with the liner just to almost create that like outline. And then the question is, do we lip gloss? So this is it matte. And then I've got the REFY gloss in sepia, which is almost like a grey. I mean, I do like the matte, but let's go with a little bit of gloss. Do we like the gloss? I mean, I probably, did I prefer it matte? No, I like the gloss. It adds like a bit of something, but I do like that combo matte, so that's good for me to like remember. And here's the final look. I think I nailed the brows actually, because they're there but you just don't really pay attention to them. I feel like I look a bit like porcelain doll with the simple eyes. I guess dolls don't really have really dark lips, but yeah, this is the final look. I think it's cool. Like, it's got a bit of like a 90s grungy feel to it, but it's not like anything like wild. This is kind of what I had envisioned, so I feel like I've hit the brief that I like set myself. Yeah, I love it. I love this combo, and I liked it matte. I need to remember that combo for when I want like a really cool tone grungy lip that's matte. Like always, I'll link everything down below. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, hopefully see you again super soon.